Japanese wolf. The last recorded example of the Japanese wolf was purchased in 1905 by American explorer and zoologist Malcolm Playfair Anderson from village hunters in the Nara prefecture. He then sent the skull and pelt to London, where it remains preserved at the British Museum of Natural History. The wolf was endemic to the islands of Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu in Japan, and for a long period of history were even worshipped for granting farmers protection from crop-raiding animals, but that changed during the Edo period as they became hunted for killing livestock. Hunting, combined with a number of epidemic outbreaks of rabies and distemper, completely wiped the wolf from Japan. In contradiction to the animal's official status as extinct, multiple reports of sightings have been made, including a 1910 kill from Fukui Castle, which scientists claimed could be a feral wolf. A zoologist examined the corpse and affirmed it was a Japanese wolf. Yet no irrefutable evidence was collected. Another two important reported sightings took place in 1996 and 2000, near Chichibu and Mount Sobo, respectively. Photographs from these sightings were studied by biologists who confirmed the images morphologically matched the Japanese wolf, although some others refute these claims. However, the most significant claim and discovery effort is carried out by researcher Hiroshi Yagi, whose nonprofit seeks to find the allegedly extinct animals still in the wild. He was the one who captured the 1996 photographs of the supposed Japanese wolf. Although several biologists and zoologists supported his claim to have photographed a Japanese wolf, other academics believe the pictures portray a wolf-like wild dog or a European wolf escaped from a zoo or an enclosure. That last theory has been dismissed by many due to the fact that no wolf was reportedly missing anywhere in Japan near that date. More impressively, he gathered audio files recorded in the Okuchichibu Mountains, which he then reported on and brought to the attention of the Japanese academic community. The audio clip, sourced from a video of one of 7 motion-sensitive cameras that Yagi's nonprofit has installed, captures the howl of the allegedly extinct wolf. Recorded on October 21, 2018, it was sent to the Japan Acoustic Lab in Shibuya Ward, along with recordings of European wolf howls, dog, and deer cries. The lab and the Japan Times have both concluded that the howl happens at a frequency of 470 Hz, almost identical to the howl of a European timber wolf. With this new evidence, the question remains about whether the Japanese wolf is actually extinct. Silver-backed Chevrotain. The silver-backed Chevrotain, a deer-like small mammal, was captured by camera in the Annamite Mountains, the very first evidence of its existence in almost 30 years. It's one of many incredibly rare species endemic to the region between Vietnam and Laos. The photographs were captured with support from the Global Wildlife Conservation's Search for Lost Species initiative, which seeks animals that aren't necessarily extinct, but that haven't been confirmed to still exist either. Before this sighting and photographs, the Chevrotain had only been recorded 5 times when already dead. 4 of those were found in 1910, the other one was killed by a hunter in 1990. These mammals, and the forests they reside in, have been almost entirely depleted by illegal trade in hunting. Andrew Tilker, a member of Global Wildlife Conservation, described the phenomenon to the New York Times as a, quote, empty forest syndrome, and went on to explain, "There's a beautiful, vibrant tropical forest around you, but no animals in it." To locate the silver-backed Chevrotain, the members of the search team interviewed Vietnamese villagers and local residents about sightings. 9 out of 35 people claimed to have seen at least one. Yet retrieving true answers was challenging, as many of the locals are involved in the illegal hunting and trade that has made these animals almost disappear. Yet some of the most valuable answers were given by traders and hunters willing to share. Most of the people interviewed recognized that the population of silver-backed Chevrotains had been plummeting over the years. Scientists were hopeful and optimistic, but unsure of whether they would accomplish their goal. With the information collected, they set up motion-activated cameras to snap photos of the wildlife in the recommended areas. Their efforts paid off when the cameras captured hundreds of photos of the silver-backed Chevrotain, the first ever taken of the animal alive, and the first time in about 30 years that evidence of its existence was collected. The team reported their findings in the journal Nature, Ecology, and Evolution, urging conservation efforts of the silver-backed Chevrotain, or Tragulus versicolor, to begin. The biggest threats to this animal are habitat destruction and poaching, and they remain critically endangered. The fishing cat. The Asian fishing cat was last seen in Cambodia in 2003 and was thought to be extinct in the wild. Researchers were surprised and overjoyed, however, when camera traps in 2 preserves in Cambodia captured the Prionylus vivirinus in 2015. The creature is a small wildcat with coarse olive-gray fur featuring dark stripes and round spots. Researchers from Cambodia's Center for Biodiversity Conservation, CBC, Flora and Fauna International, FFI, and the Royal University of Phnom Penh, RUPP, first interviewed villagers about this cat, which pointed out that some may still exist. They installed 32 cameras in 5 different areas, and 2 of those areas bore positive results. The fishing cat is native to wetlands, which have been depleted by agricultural projects and residential developments, reducing its population significantly. And despite its brief disappearance, it's interestingly the official state animal of West Bengal. Threats to this wildcat have been so great that in West Bengal, while no live sightings were recorded, 27 dead fishing cats were found between 2010 and 2011, while in Bangladesh, 30 were reportedly killed by locals between 2010 and 2013. In Thailand, where conservation efforts had been collar tracking specimens, 84% have fallen victim to poaching or rural killings. Scientists are optimistic about the recorded presence of the fishing cat in Cambodia. Rhett Tong, project leader through Flora and Fauna International, has stated, quote, "We were especially pleased to see both a male and female cat from Piam Krosap Wildlife Sanctuary. This indicated the fishing cats were reproducing in the wild, which has since been confirmed." Thanks to the sightings, Cambodia's Center for Biodiversity Conservation and the rest of the involved organizations drew plans to educate the community on conservation and plan for the conservation of these animals. The main threat the fishing cats face are hunters who seek to sell their meat in the black market, and fishers who seek to kill them for damaging their fishing nets or reducing the availability of fish they can profit from. Tree kangaroo. Last seen in 1928, the rare Wondiwoi tree kangaroo was photographed by a tourist in West Papua, Indonesia. 90 years had gone by since the animal's last sighting. The never-before-photographed kangaroo was spotted by Michael Smith, who was searching for a rare tropical flower in the Wondiwoi ranges when claw marks and the distinctive scent of the kangaroo's droppings alerted him to the animal's presence. At an altitude of around 1,600 meters, the Wondiwoi tree kangaroo rested on a tree in an area that local hunters rarely reach. In fact, a few expeditions with a conservationist mission have returned to the area, but have been unsuccessful in locating more of these kangaroos. The area remains mostly unexplored since the thick vegetation, steep climbs, and remoteness complicate human exploration. This tree kangaroo was listed as possibly extinct and remains critically endangered, as estimates assume their population probably counts around 50 individuals or less. The photographs of the animal were verified by zoologist Tim Flannery, who discovered 4 of the 15 species of tree kangaroo and stated, quote, "This is definitely the Wondiwoi tree kangaroo. Everything in the pictures is consistent with the only known specimen." Since the sighting, Global Wildlife Conservation, which lists the kangaroo in their 25 most wanted lost species list, is planning expeditions with conservation partners to ensure the species still has a salvageable population, and so that measures to conserve it can be put in place. African Black Panther. Rare nighttime photos of the African Black Panther in the wild were featured in the African Journal of Ecology in early 2019. Photos and video footage were taken by a research team led by Nicholas Pilfold in Laikipia County, Kenya, with some of the most prominent photos taken by wildlife photographer Will Berard Lucas. Black panthers, a term that refers to black large cats, are most commonly associated with melanistic leopards, a mutation that occurs in about 11% of leopards in Southeast Asia, but that's far less common in Africa. Such animals have a black coat from overproduction of melanin, the opposite effect to an albinistic mutation. During the day, the animal appears pitch black, but at night the rosette patterns on its coat can be seen, which have yet to be captured on camera in the wild. Pilford's team placed cameras to track the leopard population in Laikipia after reports of black leopard sightings. A local conservationist and project member, Ambrose Latolulai, spoke to the neighboring community about the sightings and is part of an ongoing effort to improve human perspective in the area on conservation and wildlife interaction. In the Samburu language, black leopards are called calf killers, which speaks to the place the animal holds in local people's imaginations and cultural understanding. Leopards are currently listed as critically endangered, with the rare black leopard under an even greater risk of disappearing. The new images confirm the animal's presence in Kenya, which is supported by a 2007 photo of the black leopard taken at the Al Ari Nirio Conservancy that only came to light with news of the 2019 finding. A 2013 photo by Phoebe Okali of a black leopard in the same region was previously dismissed because that particular specimen is believed to have been imported from the United States as a kitten rather than being born in the wild.